Okay.
Hi, Lucia.
Hi, Vin. Welcome to Paraguay and congratulations on the movie.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's
Thank
amazing.
you. Oh my God. I love that you said that.
It is.
I love that you're saying that. I love that you feel that, and it warms my heart.
Thank you. So 9 movies, Vin, and Dom is the character you've been interpreting the longest. So with such a long and rich history together, how hard or easy for you to get in character?
That's a really good question.
Oh.
I guess you, I know it's a really good question because I guess you would think that it's easy to get into character.
I think we might think.
We might all think, but along with my life over the 20 years is Dom's life that's been running concurrent. So when I have to flip back over to Dom, I have to fully flip. I have to fully convert back to Dom. I'm going to tell you a story that may shed some light on that. When we were doing Fast 9, Justin Lin had the idea of hiring my son to play young Dom. Now, Justin has his own relationship with my son. I was working on a bridge in Puerto Rico the day the Mayan Queen went to the hospital to deliver my son. I was working with Paul Walker, Justin Lin, and Dwayne Johnson. And I got on the plane from Puerto Rico and got to New York in time to receive my son. And primarily because Paul Walker said, "Get out of here now."
Of course.
And I was like, "You're right, brother, you're right." And I went.
Your son.
When my son was filming that day on set, I was in a Dom state of mind. He didn't see his father. He saw Dom Toretto while he was working with me.
Of course.
When I got home, I saw him see me again and smile because he knew his father had returned. And the person that he spent the whole day on set with was someone else, was Dom Toretto.
That's amazing. I love that story because I wanted to ask, what was it like having your song in takes for the movie?
It's all so surreal, and it's all, I'm just so blessed in so many ways. Every one of my children were born while I was filming a Fast movie. It all started with the Alpha Angel. The largest part of my experience in delivering my first child is Paul Walker. Because Paul Walker and I were fighting in a scene all day. And at the end of the day, he came to my trailer and he said, "What's going on? Something is on your mind." And I hadn't told anyone that I was just about to have a child because I was afraid that paparazzi and everyone would try to come to the hospital. And I remember telling him that that the Mayan Queen was just about to give birth to my first daughter. And I remember him saying, "Go into the delivery room and cut the umbilical cord." And I did, and he said, "It'll be the best moment of your life," and it was. And I guess I don't know why I'm venturing off and talking about that, but it's all part of it, right? Because we have this chapter 9, about fatherhood.
It's about family.
And about family. And what the world doesn't realize that in my real life, although I was always the big brother in the
Mhm.
Fast family, Paul was a father before I was. And in Hollywood, sometimes you're worried about whether you'll have the time to be or whether it will take away from your dreams and aspirations. So we postpone some of that. And I remember him making me feel, giving me more confidence
Oh.
about my role of fatherhood. It's just, you're making me reminisce about all that.
I'm gonna cry. So, thank you. Will you say that Dom is your favorite character after so many years
Oh,
together?
oh my God. You know, I think each character brings out something different.
Mhm.
And each character allows me to explore another part of my identity. When I grew up never knowing who my biological father was. I never met him. I never saw a picture of him. And when I was acting, when I was playing a role, the parameters of my identity were very clear. So my point is that acting was always very therapeutic for me.
Uh-huh.
So I believe that every character, whether it's the Iron Giant, whether it's Triple X, whether it's the pacifier, whether it's Riddick, whether it's Dom Toretto, whether it's Bloodshot, whatever character I play, I'm usually playing the character and working out some form of therapy. There's something I'm searching about my own existence.
Oh, that's amazing. So Steven Spielberg gave you your first job in a very important movie in Hollywood. Do you still in touch? Has he mentioned anything about this movie or any movies, Fast and Furious in the saga?
Just 2 days ago, he sent me the message and saying, I should have never killed you and Saved Private Ryan. Worst thing I did.
That's amazing. I really
Yeah.
want.
He wants Steven wants me very much to direct again, because when he
Yes,
met
I
me,
heard that.
I had directed 2 movies, and he keeps saying to me, you know, you have to put some of the Hollywood movies, allow them to space out a little bit to allow you to direct. You have to return to directing. And I say, well, I have to finish the Fast saga, and when that opportunity comes, I will go back to directing Steven.
So maybe after Fast and Furious 10, you will direct again.
Yes.
That's amazing. So thank you very much for your time. I want to speak more with you, but I have to say goodbye because you have more interviews. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope to meet you again once Fast and Furious 10 comes out.
Oh, yes, we will. We're going to return to the normal junkets.
Ah.
We will return. Fast 10 is going to be very exciting for that reason alone. Gracias por todo.
Thank you. And we wait for you in Paraguay, okay? Please.
Yes, I'm coming to Paraguay. I am coming to Paraguay. To all of you in Paraguay, all love, always.
Thank you. Okay, welcome Jordana to Paraguay.
Thank you.
Such a great pleasure to have the opportunity to spend some time with you, and congratulations on the movie.
Thank you so much.
Well, I want to know, what is the biggest challenge in interpreting Mia after so many years and your growth with the character?
Such a good question. The biggest challenge, I would say, is to not get lazy. You know, I think that's really, really important. I think to evolve and to find something new to do with her. And that's why, you know, with Justin, I kept saying, Justin, I really, really, really want to do some action on this one. And I was learning Taekwondo, and I was sending videos shot on my iPhone of me fighting so that he could see that. And I also think that the evolution of the females in the franchise is also helping that, so that, Michelle came up to me and she was like, dude, we've never had a scene together. I was like, that is absurd. It's crazy. And so in so many years. And so it was really fun to explore their character dynamic. And so I think you always have to look for, okay, what haven't we done yet? And that's been really gratifying. And the other thing that's really challenging with this franchise is sometimes you have to go back and watch them all and sort of go, okay, this is what happened. And then, okay, this history makes sense because of this. And to get all the character relationships right, you have to sit through 18 hours of Fast and Furious in order to, that's your homework before one of them starts.
Cool. Your oldest son is 7 or 8, if I'm not mistaken, but I would like to know if becoming a mother changed your vision regarding Mia's character, who coincidentally also became a mother in the saga.
Yes, it did. I think whenever I played a mother, it wasn't something that was visceral. It wasn't something that I understood in a very immediate way, like how high the stakes would be if something ever happened, if he was in danger. And then the minute I became one, I understood it. And so I could relate to not only Mia's desire to protect her family, but Mia's strength, Mia's ability to put her life on the line for them. So yes, it did. It absolutely did enrich that sense of like what motherhood means.
And you always talk about your mother and your fatherhood. That's
yeah,
nice.
Absolutely.
The Fast and Furious saga is not only entertain us with great action scenes, but also many great messages related to family values. So how do you all get along in the cast?
I mean, we've known each other, for most of us, we've known each other for 20 years, which is
that's so much.
Crazy. It's so much. It's unbelievable to, I think, most of us. I think, well, I know we get along beautifully. We have I have different relationships to different cast members. With Vin, it's almost like I describe it in a kind of weird way, but it's almost like ESP. It's almost like a sixth sense of, okay, I need to text Vin right now. And he has it with me too. Or if I have a question that's really, really burning, I go to Vin for advice. He really is like my big brother, and there is unconditional love there. And then, what's amazing about these films is every time we start one, we all get together, we all have speeches. There's this sense of community, and I can't imagine another franchise that has the same thing, but with that sense of fun and with that sense of carefreeness is also a huge sense of responsibility, because we don't get to do it unless we are making the best film possible. So I think we all feel like something really big is at stake. And so that collective sense of responsibility is cool to share as well, because we all care deeply about the films.
Yes, and we see that in the movies. We see the friendship, the family. It's nice. Without spoiling too much, can you tell me what your favorite scene in this chapter in the saga is?
My favorite scene. So it was one I'm not in. It was the opening scene. I loved the opening scene. Was relentless, was so huge in scope, and it just set the tone so well, where I was just like, oh my God, this is going to be such a huge ride. Because I also, like, I'm in the movie. I shouldn't be on the edge of my seat. I should know what's coming. I should just kind of be like, okay, what's going on? But I was just like, this is so exciting. So that opening scene was just so epic, especially since everyone is always saying, what are you guys going to do next? What are you guys? And it's just like Justin's answering it right there. Justin's like, that's what we're doing next. So yeah, that was really cool. It set the tone perfectly.
Yeah, it is. On each new Fast and Furious release, do you believe it's better than the previous, or is there a favorite among the 9?
My favorite among the 9. I love 9. I really, really love 9. I love 5 for personal reasons because we shot in Rio, which is where I
Oh,
lived. So
yes.
that was, I think, just the setting, the level of action. You know, it was Justin's return after Tokyo Drift and 4, so that's not correct, but it was still, to me, 5 was so good. So I love 1, 5, and 9. To me, are all tied. Those are my favorites.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for your time,
Thank
Jordana. It was a
you.
really pleasure to meet you, and I appreciate your
Awesome.
time. I hope we can see each other on the next Fast and Furious.
Yes, in person, absolutely.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.